A lot of sports took place today all over the country, in the capital and beyond, and important results were actually met with the NRU Premier League reaching its climax and going into the semi-finals. You can speak of the NSSR, you can speak of, that is the Debmarine Namibia Premiership, which is also entering its climax as well. Which team will pipe each other at the post? We also had the Vivo Marathon as well. But now let's go into our weekend drop. Well, the Windhoek High School team continues to rub salt in the wounds of Windhoek Gymnasium after an impressive 16-11 win, that is in the NSSR League under 19s, where the teams are actually battling for top honors there. Our NTV crew was there and have these highlights for us.
So welcome to our highlights package here from Windhoek Gymnasium's Lions Den for this NSSR Under 19 Premier League match between King Price Windhoek Gymnasium and Samsung Windhoek High School Kudu Bulls. So a first half that took some time to get going. It was a Windhoek Gymnasium with their famed line-out drive. They went over the line there, but they were held up as ruled there by referee Zaid Isaacs. So a bit of a relief for Windhoek High School. They did much better in all departments in this match than in the Inter High that they lost 2 weekends before this. So Pieter Stefan Stassen with a great break there, number 13, and a excellent cover tackle by number 9 of Windhoek High School, Dominic Isaacs, to save a certain try there. Also strong in defense in midfield against the prop there, Gert Pretorius for Gymnasium. The first kick of the match for JD Jankovic, only after about half an hour's play. The first chance for Gymnasium that they missed, and then McRain van Wyk for Windhoek High School that succeeded with his kick, and then it became 3-3 after about half an hour's play, and then right from the kickoff, Windhoek High School that won the ball back, William Bekes that sent Ethan Sinden away, and then the try scorer in the corner, Luke Sal, nice finish there, excellent first try for VIS, not converted by their fly-off McRain van Wyk. And then just before halftime, another excellent kick from McRain van Wyk from the 10-meter line at an angle to make put them ahead by 11 points to 3. Not many people that would have expected the score at that stage. It was Windhoek Gymnasium that went back on the attack, and just the last final pass that was adjusted to be forward by adjudged to be forward by referee Zaid Isaacs. A penalty by JD Jankovic for Gymnasium that brought them to within striking range at 11 points to 6. The captain of Windhoek Gymnasium, Vincent Scholes, got up from that injury. He played on and he finished the match. The runners of Windhoek High School that showed how dangerous they can be. It was the fly-off of Gymnasium that created this break for center Pieter Stefan Stassen. He went on the outside, took on Luke Sal, and then unfortunately, that opportunity that went begging for Windhoek Gymnasium. Windhoek Gymnasium, they stayed on the attack. They kept hammering away at that deficit. That was 5 points at this stage of the match. And then they built up to go and score this try. Evan Dreyer, the scrum half, JD Jankovic sending Vincent Scholes away to score the only try of the match for Windhoek Gymnasium. Nice try, rounded off there by Gymnasium, unconverted by JD Jankovic. And then one last strike by Windhoek High School. William Bekers with a cross kick into the 22. That was converted by number 23 off the bench, Stephen van Wyk, that scored the winning try of the match there for Windhoek High School. One or two more opportunities in the time remaining for Windhoek Gymnasium, number 21 with a nice break there, Evan Dreyer. And yeah, let's hear from the captains.
Ja, nee, ek dink dat dit alles gebeur in die eerste helfte. Ons het 'n bietjie vergeet hoe ons structures werk. Ons het nie gestiek met ons structures en met dit het hulle gecapitalize op ons foute en so aan en daar dit die foute begin, maar ek meen daar's altyd room for improvement.
Is definitief, julle is die eerste game van die toernooi, so dit beteken nog niks, daar's nog klomp games om te speel. Dat julle moet nog away gaan na die ONC toe, maar waar voel jy next game, waar voel jy kan julle nog 'n bietjie beter saamtrek as 'n span?
Ek dink veral vandag die key point wat bietjie fout gegaan het was die lynstaande. Dis altyd ons lynstaande is altyd goed. Vandag het dit so 'n bietjie skeef gegaan, so ek dink ons moet daarop werk en so aan. Ja, ek dink dis die belangrikste op die oomblik.
Reg, geluk met die game.
Dankie.
Okay, ons gesels met W.S. Kudu, se kaptein. Vertel my 'n bietjie, 'n tawwe wedstryd gewees teen Windhoek by Inter hoor. Julle het die game verloor. Vertel my, toe julle by die game kom, het julle die gedagte gehad om te sê ons het teen die manne verloor, ons het 'n punt om te bewys, of wat was die coach se instruction voor julle opgestap het in die veld?
Ja, kyk, van die begin af ons het geweet. Ons het gewerk vir hierdie liga game, die eerste liga game. En ons het geweet, nadat ons verloor het Inter hoor, ons moet harder werk. En ons het hier gekom, alles uitgehaal, gedoen wat ons gesê is om te doen. Er was 'n bietjie foute, maar ons het nog steeds geëxecute wat ons wou. Ja.
En hoe trots is jy op jou span? I mean, almal klomp mense het doubts gehad in julle na die wedstryd teen Windhoek in die Inter hoor. Toe dink almal ook die champions gaan bietjie van hierdie jaar, maar julle het opgedag as die champions van die Superliga. So wat beteken dit vir julle?
Ja, kyk, is 'n reg om so te kan kom, 'n voorreg eintlik, 'n voorreg om so te kan kom speel en te kan kom wen. Ons het geweet ons het doubt, mense wat ons doubt, maar ons het nog steeds ons kop gehou, ons het geweet wat ons job is en van hier af gaan ons naar die next job toe.
Dan geluk met die wen. Cool.
Now, after thrilling rugby, the semi-finals have been decided, and that is Wanderers will play United while Grootfontein will battle the Kutus. This is after Kutus from Walvis Bay came here and beat Unam by 40 to 39 points. It was an incredible match, and the Unam boys will be quite disappointed due to the fact that they were hoping to reach the semi-finals one step closer to the final. It was, however, the team from Walvis Bay who came prepared and all guns blazing in order to secure their spot there. Grootfontein as well, also managing to secure their spot in the semi-final. And now our NTV team was once again at the Unam match and have these highlights for you.
Ja, so dis dan nou die eerste helfte verloop het. Hierso Lucio Isaacs wat die bal gekry het, vorentoe geskop het, amper gekeer daardeur AJ Zal, maar Lucio Isaacs wat hom weer vorentoe geskop het, 'n tweede keer. Eerste 3 wat hy gedruk het vir Kudus, 5 punte teenoor 0 waarmee hy die voorsprong geneem het. Raishon Shume redelik aan die kol gewees met sy skopwerk pala toe. Daai ene was tussen die pala deur. 7 punte teenoor 0 waarmee Kudus die voortou geneem het. 3 punte teruggetrek vir UNAM daarso deur hulle heel agter Aljario Zal. En volgende was daar hierdie insident vroeg in die wedstryd. Ongelukkig UNAM wat hulle kaptein verloor het met daai harde kontak afgedra op 'n draagbaar. Hierso was 'n lynstand dryf van Kudus gewees. Uiteindelik gekeer en ja, Tamsin van 'n Berg wat hierdie keer nie die doellyn gehaal het nie. Hy het wel later sy kans gekry. Hierso dalk die beste 3 wat Kudus sover nog gedruk het in die wedstryd. Lucio Isaacs wat aan die hart op raak van hy skop af wat hy gevang het. Skop die bal vorentoe. AJ Zal wat moet omdraai en probeer die bal daar deurskop, maar die bal wip reg in die hande van Aston Mukulongu en hy het genoeg gedoen om hy 3 te druk. Netjies 'n 3 in die hoekie gaan druk. Raishon Shume wat ook die 2 punte bygevoeg het. En dit was Kudus se telling wat aangegroei het na 14 punte teenoor 3. Hierso goeie lynstand gewen deur Diamando Chombe en as die flank weer Fiku wat tussen die verdedigers daar deursny en nie gekeer kan word nie. En seker te maak dit is UNAM se eerste 3 van die wedstryd. AJ Zal het nie 'n fout gemaak met daai skop nie. 14 punte teenoor 10 in daai stadium van die wedstryd. Justin Newman wat hier ingestorm kom. Klompie fases wat en toe ja Tamsin van 'n Berg wat genoeg gedoen het om die doellyn na te haal. Paulus Angula, een van die manne wat hom daar so nie kon weghou van die doellyn af nie. En Raishon Shume, een van sy strafskoppe was mis in die wedstryd, maar die doelskoppe was almal tussen die pale deur van hom, 21 punte. En dan hier net voor rustyd was dit UNAM wat ook weer teruggeveg het. Duan Besuidnout wat sien daar's 'n gaping reg voor hom en reguit deur 5 waardevolle punte wat hy byvoeg en ook die 2 van AJ Zal se doelskop. Dan aan die situasie hierso op die Hagi Geingob stadion, UNAM wat nog baie het om te doen om hierdie wedstryd te wen, wat hulle om hulle kanse lewendig. Ja, in die tweede helfte AJ Kuns wat met hierdie uitstekende loopie vorendag gekom het, Marcel Klein en Berio Fiku en Brendan Dentlinger en Roshano van Rooi wat aangesluit het en Don Juan Bekes wat daarso die bal vasgehou het. Hy kon daarso vir Davito van Wyk gegee het om te gaan druk. In die volgende fase was dit Davito van Wyk wat wel vinnig weer die bal 2 keer gekry het en die man oor Brandon Dentlinger. Hy gaan druk die eerste 3 daar van die tweede helfte vir UNAM. AJ Zal wat ook met daai doelskop nie geslaag het nie. En ja, wedstryd wat van hier af lekker beplank gery het. En hierso was dit Justin Newman wat sy 3 gaan druk het. Hy het 'n goeie wedstryd gehad. Sy kant gebring, deeglik sy kant gebring vir UNAM. Die telling in daai stadium, sal ek nou net kyk wat die telling was. So Alkino Isaacs wat hierso omgedop word. Ja, maar Kiestings Menjoy wat hierso vir AJ Kuns en dan AJ Zal wat die 3 gaan druk het en UNAM se ondersteuners wat geweet het hulle span is nog nie begrawe nie, is terug in die wedstryd. Deur die hande gevat hierso en uiteindelik Lucio Isaacs, die man oor, niemand naby om te keer nie. En die volgende 3 vir Kudus. Wedstryd wat lekker beplank gery het van die kantlyn af Rayshon Shume wat vasgetrap het. Ek dink hy was tussen die palle deur. Ja. Hy het in die eerste helfte ook met ene geslag van die regterkant af. Hierso Davito van Wyk wat die bal aangee vir Brandon Dentlinger vir sy tweede 3 in die wedstryd. Klop die verdedigers daar genoeg spasie. En daai doelskop van Delron Brand wat teen die paal vas was. Is 'n bietjie geluk wat nie aan Unam se kant was nie. Hierso Aston Mukwilongo, genoeg spasie, genoeg spoed en rondom Delron Brand gaan hy vir sy laaste 3 van die groepfase van die 2025 NRI Premierliga. Rayshon Shume, maklike doelskop vir hom voor die pale, tussen die pale deur. So die wedstryd wat Wipplank gery het. Diamando Chomwe wat daai lynstand wen en die reservehakker Sean van Wyk wat daar deur bars vir die laaste 3 van die wedstryd wat Unam gedruk het. Delron Brand se doelskop, die was tussen die pale deur, maar Unam wat kort val 39 punte teenoor die 40 van Kurus. Dit is Grootfontein en is United wat deurgaan. Hulle het hulle wedstryde gewen vandag oortuigend en Unam daarmee uitgeskakel. En ons sien uit na volgende naweek se semifinale. Ons is terug, sal dan terug wees hier op die Hakie Geingob Stadion om te sien wie deurgaan na die finaal toe uiteindelik van hierdie seisoen se NRI Premierliga.
Now that was something special to the delight of those teams. Well, the Vivo Energy Marathon took place today in the capital and it was an epic one, with the 21 kilometers, 10 kilometers as well as 42 kilometer categories and the 5 kilometer as well for those that just went there to have fun. Now we do have interviews for you from the 21 kilometer winner, the male category, as well as the 42 kilometer male category. Let's enjoy it.
We have our second place finisher in the 42 kilometers, and that is
Mateus Desaya.
Mateus Jesiah coming in second place, just behind Enoch there. It was an epic race. I'm sure he was part of the group that was lost as well, because I was following that crew, but he managed to come in second place. So tell me, what happened? How did you guys get lost and how do you feel about the victory?
It was tough, this race. So we got lost. I don't know what's the problem. Huh? The traffic was on front, MBC was front, all the cars was on front. I don't know where I don't know, maybe they don't know the road. I don't know, yeah.
All right, but anyhow, you came and you are in second place. Obviously, a prize, I'm sure you would have won it first, but still a big prize for you, a big win for you coming in second place. The guys that were not lost in the 21 kilometers, did you guys find them?
Yes, we found them. Those guys was in front of us. Those who was not lost. We found them, we catch them. We was free. Those one is my training partner. So me, I wanted to drop. Then I said, this is normal. Let me just try to finish. Yeah.
Okay, and your partners, once you realized you were lost, did they drop or did they continue?
They continue because we catch up. Those guys was on front.
All right.
So anyway, I enjoyed the race. It's normal to lose. Yeah.
Well, that it is. He say he enjoyed the race. And well, good luck, gentlemen, for everything forward.
Next time they must improve. They must those police. They must know the road. Next time.
All right. You heard it there. The police must know the road. What a finish from Enoch Haufiku to win the 42 kilometers Vivo Energy Marathon right here at the Wrapup Stadium. Obviously, this was quite a race from him. A number of competitors chasing him as well. Enoch, can you tell me, even in your own language, how you feel about this race and the win?
Oi ako ali puxa asi o itakana. Eu itakana tua luka atuange vakwetu veri komesho. Fiato atu valandura fiato atu vange. Este te vanga atu vakoyo. Wakoyani este te vanga ko indalo kakashon. Ndalo engono si de ke amo. Ndatami kangoni okutondoka.
What he's saying is that he was part of the group that was lost in this race. They took another route. And then, obviously, the guys that were behind them went forward ahead of them. And the moment he reached the guys that were running ahead of him, the ones that took the right route, he was quite tired and realized that he was losing energy because he took longer. But at the end of the day, he realized that he had to do it and just realized how the energy came in. And that's how he came to the finish line. Well, we have to give this man a round of applause for doing that, because many people that were lost wouldn't have come back to compete, but he did it. Enoch, congratulations, my man.
It's a nice thing to understand a few languages in the country there. Well, the results are coming in the Debmarine Namibia Premiership, and it seems like the teams are really gearing for that title. Well, Mighty Gunners and Buccaneers played to a 1-1 draw, with Rivaldo Gavanap scoring while Petrus Stefanes scored as well. Kuka Tops and Eshoke Chula going all the way to Rundu and beating them by a solitary goal, which was scored by Lawrence Dorsep. Ongos FC African Stars, this one was the match of the weekend, and yes, top goal scorer Mbakonja Shahikika once again on the score sheet, as well as Willie Stefanes beating Ongos FC by 2-0 and stretching their lead at the top of the table. Another full-time there result that is from Young Brazilians and Blue Waters. They are still playing. It was another incredible match there. Unam FC and Okahanja also played. Those results are yet to come through as well, while Julinho and KK Palace also yet to come through. It was indeed a wonderful Debmarine Premiership day for the teams that did well, and too bad for Ongos FC that has invested a lot but unable to guarantee themselves that place in the top. So it is indeed looking like Ongos FC will not get this title this time around, but it's still early days. We go now into our international segment, but before that, let's hear from Irena Murray, who has some hot topic. Unfortunately, she couldn't join me this weekend due to other commitments. It's always nice having her here, but without her presence here, she still did manage to record us something on the latest developments on Formula One, and this one could be a little controversial.
It is Monaco race week, and normally I would say this is my favorite nap to take every year. For some reason, I never sleep better than during the Monaco Grand Prix, but this year we have a mandatory two-stop, which I think is going to change up the Monaco Grand Prix, of course. A track with a lot of history. We're going to see a lot of Senna tributes this weekend. I'm calling it now. But it's hard to enjoy the festivities of a Formula One race weekend, especially a weekend like Monaco, when we have not addressed the elephant in the room, which is that some people who are calling themselves Franco Colapinto fans are leaving hordes of racist comments in Yuki Tsunoda's comment section. Those same people, under the name of the same driver, are sending death threats to Jack Doohan and his family after there was a faked image of that seemed like Jack Doohan's father making fun of Franco Colapinto for crashing, and this was fake. And they've said that, And yet this family continues to need 24-hour security when they're at the race weekend because they are fearing for their lives, because people are making threats on their life. And let me make it abundantly clear. If you feel it is necessary to make death threats toward a driver or their family, if you feel it is necessary to make racist comments toward a driver in their comment section, racing is not the place for you. A therapist's office is. You should be seeking help if you think this is the way to go. And let's not even talk about women in racing spheres. As a woman in a racing sphere, I must also say I am incredibly fortunate to have been welcomed into a Formula One circle and into racing circles in Namibia. And I find it so sad that the wonderful treatment that I have received specifically from Namibian men is now being overshadowed by what men in other parts of the world are doing. I have not once been told that racing is not the place for me. I have not once been told to do more girly things, or that this is a man's sport. If anything, Namibian men have rejoiced every single time at being able to talk about Formula One with a woman. And for that, I am so immensely grateful. Here at NMH, my male colleagues have always been happy to discuss Formula One with me, and have in so many words, multiple colleagues have told me that it's very nice for them to be able to talk to a woman about Formula One. In Namibian racing circles, there are fantastic men and fantastic male drivers who have rejoiced at the idea that there is somebody within a media sphere who cares about racing in the same way that they do. And I want to be very clear that I am so fortunate, and it is not lost on me how fortunate I am to be welcomed into this sphere. At the same token, it is very sad that it is a privilege to be welcomed into racing as a woman, or to just be treated as an equal in racing as a woman. You look at comment sections, and to be very frank with you, for the first year or two that I was a Formula One fan, I kept it entirely quiet because I looked at these comment sections and I was afraid of what the men in real life would think if I spoke openly about enjoying Formula One. And I was very, very fortunate that it was not the case. But that's exactly where this danger lies. Where Podium Sundays, a Formula One content creator, put it very, very succinctly as well. That's the danger in these comment sections, is it's not necessarily about Yuki Tsunoda reading it. It's about other fans who look alike, who have the same culture, other Asian fans reading those comments and then feeling that Formula One and racing is not a space for them. And the same happened to me as a woman. I looked at the comment sections on female drivers' posts, on F1 Academy's posts, I remember very clearly Aston Martin had a woman testing their car, and I looked at those comments and I felt afraid, and I felt that there was no place for me in racing. But the truth is, and thank you to every single Namibian man for welcoming me into this space. That's not to say that it doesn't happen in Namibia. I have spoken with female racing drivers who say that, a lot of men have treated them very, very badly because they have lost against said female drivers. But then on the other side, you have women in racing who say that they are treated as one of the boys in their sport codes, and others who actually say that they kind of feel that they're the princesses of their sport code because men are so protective of them, and the men who compete with them in their sport codes absolutely dote on them. So thank you to the men who are making racing a safe space for women. Thank you to those of you who are making racing a safe space for people of color. You are the future of the sport, and not the people who are leaving racist comments, and not the people who are making death threats.
Thank you so much, Irene, for those analyses. Now we have the Sunday matches. It is the end of the Premier League. The last games and all playing at the same time. Obviously, some teams already relegated and some fighting for Champions League places. They are the fixtures